Today, the topic is systems for creative business. I'm going to try and cover a little bit about what to do if you're new in business and what to do if you're not new in business. So the dictionary definition of systems are an assemblage or combination of things or parts forming a complex or unitary whole, or any formulated, regular, or special method or plan of procedure. And both of the way those are worded, that's why I work with people, because I just felt everybody's eyes glaze over. Yeah. I also want to talk about why systems are important, because what I see with a lot of creative entrepreneurs is that they don't work on them because they don't understand why it's important. And a lot of the stuff that's out there on systems, it's either just plain freaking boring, or it's from this mindset that's kind of sort of what I call the Tim Ferriss school of thought, where he's coming from this idea of automate everything about your business so that you don't have to have contact with your clients or your customers, and so that your business runs on its own. And there's some parts of that philosophy that are valid, but the thing is that the way I don't want to stop contact with my clients or customers entirely. I wouldn't see the point in doing it. And most of the creative people I know who are really passionate about what they do, the whole reason that they're in it is so that they can see the changes that people are getting. So the way I approach systems, it's all about making sure that everything is automated that can be automated, and making everything about your business as easy as possible so that you can show up and that you can rock your clients' worlds and you can do the best work absolutely possible. So the first thing we're going to talk about, well, I guess the second thing, is cultivating a systems mindset. By that, what I mean is getting used to thinking about systems as they apply to your business. So one of the ways that you can start doing this is start thinking about the things you do on a regular basis, like the things you're doing Monday through Friday, over and over and over again. You want to make sure that you have some kind of documentation for those. And especially if it's something, the things you're doing Monday through Friday is one thing, especially if it's something that you're doing on a monthly basis or once every quarter. You also want to be thinking about how you can make things easier the next time you do it, because you'll do the process once and then you won't document it, and then you'll come back 3 or 6 months later and you'll be like, I can't remember step 3. And so then you have to waste an hour of your time going down the rabbit hole, digging through the knowledge base, doing all that jazz, so that you can figure out what the next step in this process was. You want to think about when it comes time to outsource your task and how you're going to explain doing it. What I see a lot of times is people start working with virtual assistants and they don't know how to tell them what to do. So they just kind of are like, yeah, do this. And they don't think about the various steps that compose what it is. So instead of saying, yeah, I want you to set up an email autoresponder, what you need to be saying is, yeah, I need you to log into my MailChimp account. The login credentials are in this document, which I've already given you access to. I need you to go to this email list. I need you to set up an autoresponder of 7 parts for this email list. The content for that autoresponder series is right here. So if you're kind of working on a systems mindset from the beginning, then when it comes time to where you need that help, it's going to be a lot easier, not just for you, but for Kay. It's going to be a whole lot less of a pain in the ass for everybody. The bigger part of cultivating a systems mindset is being aware of the bigger picture of this, but also the smaller pieces and how they affect each other. I kind of mapped out the systems of my business. So there's marketing and promotion systems. There's email marketing systems. There's list building as a subset of that. There's content marketing, teleclasses, webinars, videos, guest posts, blog posts. There's the downloadable products that people can buy automatically, and there's the delivery of those products. That's a set of systems. The creation of those products is another set of systems. Client and customer follow-up, which is a big one. There's the actual client work, systems for the work and the workflow itself. For my one-off clients, for people who purchase a pre-structured, productized coaching package or consulting package, I have a set of systems to go through them. This is the questionnaire that they get when they sign up. This is how they pay. This is how they book. For ongoing clients, I have another set of systems. And then for classes and workshops, it's we have repurposing the content. So sometimes I'll do a workshop and people really like one segment of the workshop. So I take that part of the workshop and it gets turned into a 60 or 90 minute class that stands on its own. So I'm going to talk about the 3 systems that I feel like are the most important systems for creative business owners to have. The first one is marketing and promotion, which is important because for so many people it's an afterthought. And so because as a creative, you would much rather be doing the stuff that you love doing. So you'd much rather be copywriting or actually taking photos or actually, talking to clients about what it is that makes their life better when it comes to health and wellness. And when you'd actually rather be doing those things, you're not thinking about the marketing and the promotion. And when you've got a really sustainable business already going and you're getting referrals, that's not as big of a deal. But if you get to where you have a lull, or you get to where all of a sudden your client pipeline dries up, and you aren't talking to anybody and you don't have any referrals, then there's a problem. So I'm going to skip client or customer follow-up since we're going to do that live, and go to the work or the services themselves. And this is huge, huge, huge. There's a whole bunch of different ways you can start with this, but if you don't have systems for your services, like if you're a service provider and you have set service packages that people buy and you don't have systems for them, I can almost guarantee you're losing time and money. So what I see people doing when they don't have systems for their services or for the work that they're doing is that they price the service based on what they think it is, without actually looking at the system for it. Then what happens is that you actually create this task list, you look at how much time you're spending per client, and I see a ridiculous amount of people, because they're working like 60-hour weeks. They come to me and they're like, Michelle, I'm working all the time, like I am not making the amount of money that I should be, I don't ever get to spend any time with my kids, this really sucks, and I don't understand what's going on. So that's why creating systems for the actual services that you're doing is so important. Even if everything goes smoothly, there are still going to be those clients that do take up more time, and you want to make sure that you've got, even if they're not necessarily super high maintenance or like actual bad clients, there are just clients that take more time, and you want to make sure that even with them, you're still making your desired hourly rate. So we're going to talk about client and customer follow-up next. The reason that this is listed as one of the 3 things that I feel like are totally vital to have is that there's been all of these studies done, and people who are happy customers, like, are, number one, it's a lot easier to get someone to buy from you when they've already been a happy customer than it is to attain a new customer. So like if you've got someone who's already bought one of your downloadable products or one of your physical products or one of your classes or your workshops or has worked with you on coaching or whatever, it's a lot easier to bring them back in, assuming that you have something that's valuable to them. Okay, so what's your main service that you provide for people?
Video games.
Okay. What happens after you deliver the original project?
They download it and they play it.
Part of your system is going to be putting their information into some kind of CRM, which is like, it just stands for Customer Relationship Management. Usually what I have people do is I have them think about, like, create some kind of a follow-up package, right?
My game is a monthly subscription game. It never ends, you never win it, right? Every month we come out with new things to do in the game.
Okay.
So that's kind of like a follow-up, right?
Yeah, okay. So you're going to offer upgrades. The way that I would set this up is that their information gets put into the CRM, and you would set it up as some kind of email autoresponder so that they get added to the system after they purchase. 30 days after they get added, they get a welcome email that has like, it's like, oh, thank you so much for signing up. We hope you're enjoying the game. Let us know if you have any feedback. Here's 10% off your first in-game upgrade. And with like 2 upgrade offers, right? And so then they buy one of these upgrade offers, or they don't. And if you want to, you can set up like a really complex funnel with this. I'm trying to keep this like simplish. So they buy upgrade number 1, which gets them tagged, and you would, so if they upgrade number 1, then you'll note down, okay, they bought upgrade number 1, and if that was a specific hair color for their character, then you're going to email them relevant upgrades that are in that same price range. Like, you know, 60 days.
Blue, yeah.
Yeah, like, okay, you got some hot pink hair, here's some, like, black streaks to go in it, right? So, you're emailing them something that's relevant to what they've already done, like 60, I would say like 60 days later. Was that helpful? Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
That was great. All right. Thanks, everybody.